PHK, which is PIMKO High Income Fund, not to be confused with the other PIMKO. They have a family of stocks and funds and things. So as of 4/1/2021, the dividend per share was 5 cents. It's actually 0.048. But when I looked at what they paid me, it's rounded up to the nickel. 3/1, 2/1, 4/1, it's been paying the same. The 4th of January, it also paid. So if you go to PHK, DIVHIST, it didn't really help to go to NASDAQ. They didn't have the information. I had to go somewhere else for it. Its yield is 8.46% only. Its beta is 0.8. If you want to increase the yield, you'll have to do a limit order. You do the math if you want to do the yield to make it go higher. It does fluctuate in price, and then you'd have to be patient if that's what you're trying to do. Since it's a monthly, you might lose 2 or 3 dividends doing it that way, or you could increase your yield long term if you do a limit order, and it does drop to the limit order. The current price was $6.85, so if you decide that you want a higher yield and you decide to do a limit order for $6.70 or $6.65 or whatever you decide to do the yield for, that would be your decision based on what you want to get out of this particular stock. You may decide to purchase some of it at this price, and then you may decide to do another market order of a lesser price or a limit order. You can do both. You could do a market order if you choose, and lock in the percentage rate of 8.4%, 8.46%, and then you may decide to do a limit order to increase your yield overall. That's a strategy that you'll have to decide on. It's what's called a closed-end fund. They invest globally, sometimes in junk bonds, high-yield corporate debt in US dollars. Junk bonds were covered in another video. If you want to know about junk bonds, go to the junk bond video, and it will tell you junk bonds yes, junk bonds no. But in this case, PIMKO High Income Fund does invest in those junk bonds. Personally, I have not yet bought any junk bonds. They have used that. The PIMKO High Income Fund has used junk bonds to create dividends that they distribute. At this point, it's at 8.6%. Now, do you want to buy PIMKO High Income Fund? I own that particular stock. It has been paying steadily for a while. What you need to do is do your research, look at it, and decide if it's right for you. The beta being low of 0.8, that's a decent beta for me. So it's a decision that you have to make. It's a decision I have made to purchase it. That doesn't mean that you are going to decide to purchase it. Decide what you think is best for you. Contact your financial advisor and ask them, is this a good stock? The PIMKO family has declared dividends for this month, the whole entire family. You can find out about PIMKO through other sources other than just this one video. You can put PHK space stock, S-T-O-C-K, and a bunch of stories will come out. And then you can decide based on what you read, plus with this video, plus what you read, plus what your financial advisor has said, and plus what you believe to be the best for you personally. Weigh all the different things to decide whether you want to purchase this particular stock. $6.85 is not a great deal of money to invest. Now, if you buy 10 shares, that's $68.50. It may be more or less right now. That's the price it was right before I started the video. So the decision will be yours, like it always is yours. Do I like this particular stock? Yes, I like this particular stock. Do I own this particular stock? Yes, I own this particular stock. Have I owned more in the past? Yes, I've owned more in the past. You have to decide whether you need to, you have to balance your life. You can buy more of one stock, less of another, or if the need be, you might have to sell some stock to get through to the next paycheck or the next job or whatever you have. If a life circumstance comes up and they take your, and you have to put your dog somewhere, you might sell some stock. Or if you have to go out of town and do something, you might have to sell some stock. Long term, I like, for me personally, I like PHK long term. For me personally. Do you like PHK long term for you? You have to weigh everything in a balance and figure it out for yourself. I like it. To me, it's a decent payer. If that changes, I will probably put that in another video. God bless America. Live long and prosper. God bless America.